Come on.
Right here.
All right. Tailwater Sports.
Okay,
We're here
hold
with
on.
Hey, can we go over here?
Hold on.
Let me just get it here because then everyone else is going to be over there.
Come on.
Yeah.
Right, he said he don't want everybody over there. He said, come over there. They'll come to us eventually. You know how that go.
KOR Sports. We're here with the legend Antonio Tarver. Man, what's it like being in Vegas, big fight week? You know, you're no stranger to it, but not kind of being on that side of it.
It's nothing bigger than a heavyweight championship fight, and that's what we have here tomorrow night between two giant of a men. You know, Wilder looking to reclaim, and then Fury looking to remain. So it's a lot at stake. Man. I think this fight gonna look a lot like the first one, though.
Okay.
You know what I mean?
Okay.
Not so much as one-sided or dominant as it was in the rematch for Fury. I think with the work Wilder has done, you know, Fury had the situation with AJ fallout, and so it's a lot of things he's been having to deal with, you know, setbacks. So it could, I think, level the playing field a little bit. I think this fight will be a lot closer than the second one. But this is going to be the best one, I think. I think this is going to be the best one of them all, because each guy knows, you know, they're back against the wall. You know, they want to come out of this, you know, with the public perception that they're the #1 heavyweight in the world. And you know, we just saw Usyk snatch about 3-4 titles. So next year, the heavyweight division is going to be, I think, one of the best years it's had, finding out who's the best in that division.
To find out who's the man, right?
Yep.
Wilder came in 238, highest he's ever been, but look, maybe the best I've ever seen him. How do you receive that going into this fight?
Well, you know, Fury was a big man, very big man in the last fight. You know, he used his size, he used his weight. He used all of those as his advantage. So, of course, Wilder had to feel that he needed to be a lot bigger and stronger in there for the trilogy. So he went and did his homework. Now let's hope that the little bulk that he's put on is functional. He's able to function and do the things that he do naturally. You know, a lot of times they say when you bulk up on muscle, it usually tightens you up and slows you down. He can't have that. He can't afford that Saturday night.
When you're obviously an expert at rematches, you know, I don't have to say your resume on it. You know, what do you take? Why do you say that the third one is the best one? Is it because Wilder had the second one to look at and see maybe the mistakes he made, or is it maybe the training videos you've seen coming out of Wilder's camp, the body work, the movement? I hear a lot of fighters talking about that as well.
Well, they're familiar with each other. You know, they've been in the ring with each other. One fight went 12, and then the rematch. You know, both of these guys want to show that the first fight was a fluke, and even the second fight was a fluke. So, you know, Wilder has his hands full. But this guy's a champion, you know? He's no stranger to the big moment, you know what I mean? I'm hoping and, you know, leaning toward him, because I know what it would do for USA and the American boxing history. But in the boxing game, the best man wins. That's why we fight to fight.
Do you expect Fury to go into the face-off, and when asked any questions, you expect him to do the Antonio Tarver?
I don't think
there was, you know what I mean?
I'll be surprised. You know, I don't think anybody is that crazy. I didn't think I was that crazy, but I did it. You know what I mean? What
an iconic moment in boxing for sure.
Yeah.
Got to get your take, brother. Canelo Plant coming up.
Ooh.
Huge fight November. What style does Caleb Plant have to come into that fight? Because I feel a lot of people favor Canelo, but Caleb is undefeated. He's never lost.
And that's one thing that's going for him, you know. But when I look at this fight, when you look at all the big names Canelo has faced, all of the legendary names he's faced, he's only came up short once. You know, and congrats to Caleb Plant for winning the title. Congrats. But I just think on resume alone, I don't think this fight is close. And that's just my personal opinion, because I have so much respect for Canelo and what he's been able to do and the fashion he's been able to do it in. I just think right now he's just steps above the rest in that weight class right now. There's some guys that he can fight that can be more risky because of the power that they bring to the table. You know,
like who
I mean, that's the X factor. Power is always the X factor in any fight. And when you look at Caleb Plant, I just don't see the knockout power. I don't think that he can put his hand on Canelo enough to get his respect. Now, can he outbox Canelo? Make him look like a fish out of water? Hey, if he's that classy of a fighter, then maybe we see that type of fight. But even that fight is going to take an enormous amount of mental focus for Caleb Plant. I think is his keys to victory.
Well, last one I want to get your take on, man. Huge one. About 2 weeks after that, Crawford versus Porter. People are crossing the street, you know. Man, break that down for me.
It's been a minute since we've seen Crawford. And I think that timeout, you know, is his only issue right now. But if he get him some great sparring, which I know he will, I just see this fight as you got one guy, you know Porter's history. He's faced all the names, and he's faced them and fought them tough. But he came on the wrong end of the stick in a couple of those matches. So my thing is, has he peaked? Has he gone as far as he can go, or can he step up one more step and dethrone what most consider to be the pound for pound #1 in the world, you know, Crawford? Now, when I look at Crawford's career, he's faced some big names, even went and faced, the guy from the UK. So
Amir Khan?
Not Amir Khan.
Oh, Kell Brook.
Kell Brook.
I'm sorry, yeah.
So I just think right now, man, when you look at Crawford, I don't think he's been close to losing or even close to saying, okay, that was a close fight. Porter has been in a lot of close fights. I just think when you put both names in a hat and you say which one has the most talent, I gotta lean with Crawford.
And last two-part question: how does Crawford do with Sean's physicality? Because that's obviously a big thing Sean brings on. And do you feel Crawford is better left-handed or right-handed?
I don't know which one he's better at. I think he does both well, very well. He's comfortable with both. What was the other question again?
Crawford's physicality. How does Crawford deal with kind of the strength inside? I mean, Crawford is probably strong in there too. We just haven't.
Oh no, Crawford's definitely strong in there. You remember that one time? I think about maybe 2-3 fights ago, he fought the wrong style with the tough kid. He fought.
Velasquez, that's right.
Now he can't afford to fight the wrong style against Porter. That could cause him trouble. Now if he fight the right style, stay within himself. You know what I mean? He should be okay in a tough, exciting, ebb and flow type of fight, because you know Porter gonna bring it. But I think as long as Crawford stay true to himself, he should be all right, no matter what type of difficulties he faced in the fight.
You need your own podcast, man. You need to get.
I got my own podcast. Tarvers Take, baby. Tarvers Take.
Tarvers Take. Where can they see it?
On my social media right now. I'm doing it from my social media IG, and then I'm repurposing it over other platforms. But we're gonna get that one on my YouTube channel real soon.
You need to, man, because people need to hear those breakdowns. They're beautiful.
Yeah, that part.
Thank you so much, sir.
Always good. Thank you.